Do you remember a time in your academic career when you received feedback that not only made you think in a different way, but also helped you get better at something? It might well be that when you think about it, you have more memories of unhelpful feedback which led to confusion and perhaps also negative feelings about your work. The thing is, giving meaningful feedback is trickier than it seems, but mastering it is a true game changer for student learning. The significant impact of feedback on learning has been proven by many scientific studies and researchers. One of them is John Hattie. In his view, effective feedback should answer 3 questions that students have. First, how am I doing? Students want feedback on their current performance. How well are they measuring up? Secondly, where am I going? Students want insights and clarity on the desired performance. The better they understand the objective, the easier it is to reach it. Thirdly, where to next? This is specific feedback on how to close the gap between where they are and where they need to be. What is their best next step? Think of it this way. To the students, it can feel like they are navigating unknown territory. You are more experienced than them. You have been through it and know where the pitfalls are and how to make the journey easier. Your feedback should help students gain clarity on this new terrain and illuminate the path forward. When students receive feedback at a time when they can still incorporate it into their future work, we call this formative feedback. It doesn't carry a mark or a grade, and there are countless opportunities for formative feedback during the semester. You evaluate the individual student's performance and make recommendations for next steps in their learning process. In comparison, summative feedback is the final feedback students receive on an assessment, like a final exam. The feedback might be as simple as, "You passed." Or it might include a grade. Often students are so relieved to have passed that they don't take a closer look and don't review what they didn't get right. And without the specific feedback, they may not understand how to improve their performance for the next time. So, a working definition of effective feedback might be, feedback is a process where learners get useful information about their performance which enhances the quality of their future work and their learning strategies. The act of giving feedback to peers will also improve the learning process. When we create peer feedback opportunities, students have to think more deeply about how quality is defined and expressed in a particular context, and to evaluate the presence or absence of those quality criteria firsthand. Peer feedback enables you to have discussions with the students so that they can start conceptualizing quality work and the indicators that make it recognizable. You will need to invest time in explaining the value of peer feedback and clarifying the process for it to be successful. In particular, students may need help understanding what a respectful and constructive feedback process looks like. Now, let's summarize the main steps for giving meaningful feedback. 1. Decide on what you want to give feedback on. Clarify the written or oral task you will use to give feedback to students. 2. Describe the standard that students need to reach. This means defining the level of quality the students should achieve in their work. A list of criteria for good, average, and insufficient performance is helpful here. 3. Assign the task and collect their work. Students should have a reasonable chance to complete the task or answer the question. 4. Give specific feedback. This should bridge the gap between current performance and the expected learning outcomes so students know what to do next in order to progress. 5. Where possible, help students reflect on their own learning process. This will help them build their self-evaluation skills and enable them to make improvements to their work independently. 6. Optionally, include students in the process by building in peer feedback.